This is CBS 4 News. Coverage you can count on.
Simple home improvement projects ended up ruining the lives of some homeowners.
Reports first surfaced in Colorado last year. A few people got seriously ill after using a product bought only at Home Depot. CBS 4 investigator Rick Salinger has obtained internal documents from the makers of that product, and really the documents suggest a cover-up.
Well, Molly and Jim, the emails and memos are indeed revealing. The product is Tile Perfect Stand and Seal, a tile grout sealer. One of the companies involved in making it accuses the manufacturer of covering up the problems. And we found months passed before people were ever warned. They ended up seriously ill.
From a mother's standpoint, I'm fearful of what it's done to my children. I mean, we don't know what this product has done to us.
A simple spray left Paula Manayan and her two boys crying, vomiting, and gasping for air. She had used Tile Perfect Stand and Seal on the floors in her Corpus Christi, Texas home. She says doctors told her the inside of their lungs and throat were chemically burned.
It's been a tough year.
They are not alone. 1 year later, many Stand and Seal users across America tell us they are suffering the effects. Tyler Himmelman of Evergreen is still undergoing respiratory therapy. Ted Psyche of Thornton has breathing problems. So does Jim Weltzheimer of Steamboat Springs and Valerie Remington of Monument. She says she also has short-term memory loss.
Occasionally I have trouble remembering my phone number, and every now and then I also have trouble remembering my address.
Now internal documents we've examined from the makers of the product raise the question, why weren't people warned? New information we have learned shows that in spring of last year, an ingredient in the product was changed. By mid-May, calls were coming in to the Rocky Mountain Poison Center about people being rushed to emergency rooms. Some 2 months later, an email from Stand and Seal's CEO of the manufacturer Roanoke says, "We're doing everything to convince Home Depot that there is no reason to take these batches off the shelf." The next day, he writes another. Too many consumers have been hospitalized, and the company quietly orders 300,000 cans of the product removed. But it was not until August 31st, 2005, 4 months after the first reports of illnesses, that any kind of public warning was issued to anyone who may have bought it. Too late for Mike Walker of Gilbert, Arizona. He now uses oxygen regularly after collapsing in a coughing fit while using Stand and Seal.
I'm still alive. I wish at times I wish I had died, because I can't do anything in my life that I used to be able to do.
Houston attorney Scott Callahan represents some 200 Stand and Seal users who say they became ill.
They should have pulled the product immediately. They should have notified the Consumer Product Safety Commission. They should have disclosed the exact formula to the poison control centers, to the emergency rooms that were calling in. That's what they should have done, but it wasn't.
On the can it said, "Evaporates harmlessly." There was no warning to use a respirator. But that's what documents filed with the government when the product was created advised. The formula and warnings have since been changed. The company claims people became ill only because an odor to prevent someone from using too much was left out of some batches. Regardless, Mike Walker wants to know why customers like him weren't warned.
If I could get my hands on the people that did this, I wouldn't have to worry about the rest of my life, because they'd be taking me to jail.
Roanoke, now known as BRTT, issued a statement in response to numerous questions we asked. It blames its contractor, SLR, adding, "Upon learning of the unapproved change in formulation, we immediately stopped production, separated, and held affected inventory, promptly notified the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, and undertook a voluntary recall." And Jim and Molly, the company says because of pending litigation, it can't say a lot more than that. And believe me, there are plenty of lawsuits either filed or in the works.
Yeah, we know you've been working on this for a long time, too, and following it closely. Thanks for the update, Rick.